Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Ryan. Welcome back to Slay the Princess. And our first episode after we have beaten, quote unquote, the game, or finished the game at least. I don't know that you beat a game like this. I think you finish it. So I have been waiting to see what I can find in this memories tab, and I'm very, very excited to take a deeper look at it. Here's the plan. Here's the plan. So I'm gonna take a look at memories, and I'm gonna do at least one more playthrough. However, I thought maybe I could use you guys' help in the comments, if you so choose, or if you're so interested. I would love to hear in the comments, without spoiling as much as possible about what you're communicating, please. I would love to hear what you are hoping that I will still find in this game. And that's going to be difficult, right? Because you don't want to spoil things. I was thinking maybe you could give me the first couple steps. Maybe like chapter 1 or less than chapter 1. Just like, you know, I'm envisioning in my head, hey, there's this princess I really want you to see. Hey, there's this ending I really want you to see. My advice to you about how to get there would be to do a run where you take the blade and then blank. Just say one word. And then there's still, maybe you leave some information for me to figure out. I would prefer to keep playing the game rather than just following instructions on how to beat the game, but we'll see. That's my thought. If you want to leave comments down below and tell me what you're hoping to see me get to, I would love to read those. I will be honest with you. I have not read a lot of comments on this series so far because I clicked on the comments of the first video and I saw a bunch of comments that said some shit that I was like, okay, I don't know what that means, and I'm nervous. I don't want to get spoiled. I want to play the game blind, and so. But we'll try this right now, and if it doesn't work, then it's my fault. So yeah, feel free to let me know down in the comments below sort of what you'd like for me to see, and a vague start about how you think I should start to get there. So let's explore this memories page. Beginnings and endings. Beginnings and endings. What does that mean? What does that even mean? Okay. Beginnings and endings. Vessels. Holy shit, there's so many. The adversary, the specter, the nightmare, the razor. This just reminded me that I don't have my notebook out yet. There we go. I love these little art, these little drawings. The witch. The damsel, happily ever after, everything you didn't know you wanted, and the moment of clarity. Okay. We're learning things here. I expected there to be like 5. There's actually 8. But that's interesting because that means that maybe one of the vessels sort of transforms into another. Like damsel and happily ever after. Okay. Let's take a look at this. What happens if I click on the hero and the princess? You're on a path in the woods. At the end of that path is a cabin. In the basement of that cabin is a princess. Oh, this is locked. This is locked. Find the tower. Find the prisoner. Find the beast. Always leave a means of easy egress. What happens if I click on find the tower? Nothing. What happens if I click on is a princess? Okay. So I think what we're kind of doing here is this is a guide through things related to the hero and the princess. And they may include some hints. Always leave a means of easy egress makes me think you need to leave a way out. That's what egress means. Find the stranger. Everything would be so easy if you would just do exactly as I say as quickly as you can. To me, that sounds like what we should do is just follow the narrator's instructions precisely. The spaces between. The woods, the cabin. It's you. You've grown. I want to look at these. So this was me the first time. Covered in like boils. It's almost like I'm bigger, but I'm also like more warty and boiled. That I'm like dripping liquid. I'm skinny and bone. And then there is you are nothing at all. The narrator. Damn both of you to an incomplete existence. I have a feeling we know how to get there. Okay, and then what is this? The end of everything. This is the conversation / fight. So these are like endings, is how I think about it. And we've unlocked a couple. Leave with her at the end of everything. Go back to where it all started. We did that. So we've done a couple of these options. If we didn't go back to where it all started, maybe we become gods. The end is never the end is never the end. There's lots to see here. Lots to see here. Lots of information. Oh my god, they give you direct hints. Okay, holy shit. You can't know someone you've never met. Free an abrasive prisoner. Fall to a feral captive. Die pathetically to an abrasive prisoner. I have no idea where to even begin. Wow, I'm overwhelmed. Become one with the princess in a very literal sense. May involve, but does not necessitate being eaten. That's kinky. What? Sometimes the only way to break a vicious cycle is to put your heart on the line. Okay, well, this is an overwhelming place to be, but the way we get there is we just take one step at a time. So, if I hit continue, what happens? That takes me here. If I hit new game, what happens? I could also hit load game and hit some of our different saves. We've made a couple. But I think I'm more interested in just doing a new game. I think I'll have to be careful not to do the same shit, though. Let's just hit new game and see what happens. Let's hit new game, see what happens. I am overwhelmed in a good way.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
So what I really need to figure out is sort of the where I can and can't make choices. We know the blade, the knife, is a princess, or is a princess, is a decision. That one's easy. We know we know certain dialogue choices are certainly decisions. I will say one thing. I don't think one thing that I have tried. Let's do a little test here.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
By the way, on this playthrough, I'm going to probably make some pretty liberal use of the skip dialogue button. If I think that I have at all seen it before, I'll probably be using skip dialogue, and that's just to keep things moving and keep interesting things happening. Of course, if I'm at all interested in a new take on something or whatever, I'll slow down. But here's something I don't think we've done. Not on chapter 1. We went off the path on chapter 2. I wonder if there's any difference.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave?
To
Do you
leave
even know where
on
you're
chapter
going?
1. Do I know where I'm going? No, but what I should probably do is continue down the path away from the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Okay.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange.
Weird.
It looks
The path
like this
goes
path
right to the cabin.
also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
So far I think this is probably the same dialogue that I heard when I did it in chapter 2. Except in chapter 2 there would have been a little bit of like, we would have had a new voice involved, etc. Turn around again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
It's funny, you say everyone, but in a way, this is such a lonely world, a lonely construct we inhabit. Everyone dies. I mean, you die. Potentially, I die. Potentially, the princess dies. But we're like sort of gods trapped in a maybe gods, maybe not gods. We're concepts, ideas trapped in a construct along with you. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this?
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
So last time we did this, we entered a...
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or
the world of threads.
But I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
We entered a world of threads, sort of off the map, if you will. The universe itself is kind of you, is how I feel. Oh yeah? Well, I guess I'll start walking in a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
I think the music stopped when we chose that option.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
That's weird. I'll be honest with you. The reason we're doing this is that I sort of have two ideas about how to continue forward. One, don't do anything the narrator says. Two, do absolutely everything the narrator says as quickly as possible. So we're going to try one of those right now.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures.
I like
through
the music
leaves.
here. The music is broken.
But as you focus on your surroundings,
boy.
you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Oh boy.
In every
boy.
There is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin.
Yep, this is good.
An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Okay, let me write down what we're doing here. Just try to turn around a lot.
Wait, what's going on?
You've made it so that I cannot move away from a cabin.
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
It is a fun little game to irritate you. It does feel immature, but you know what? I deserve a little bit of immaturity after all the maturity I've shown, right? A little bit?
You've doomed us all. You know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
This is exactly one of the names that we just saw. Okay, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell
You're
yeah.
on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Is that a wall? Am I walled in now? Am I being railroaded? Oh, this is like a D&D campaign, except the DM is like, motherfucker, you will follow my plot hooks. You will get to my major plot lines. Okay. So if you try and turn around in chapter 1 and not go to where you want to go, the narrator exhibits a very upset, but also gets very upset, but also exhibits that they are very happy to bend the universe to force you to go towards the cabin.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, so Chapter 2, The Stranger. So what happens now? Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me into a cabin. Let's take a save real quick. On page 3. But I died. The whole world ended. What am I doing here? Let's do the walls option. What if we lie, though? What if we lie? Let's do the walls option. You can't force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Keeps other people out as well as keeping me in.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
Contrarian. We've seen the Contrarian before, but I think this might be the first Contrarian specific chapter. I think we saw it in the arms race chapter. I don't know, man. I lose track of all these goddamn names. And now you're telling me that there's in-game names for the princesses, which I think probably just match the chapter names, but I think there was a princess named Moment of Clarity. But I don't know. Anyways, he's like a captive audience.
He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we're gonna ruin his day.
Is that our goal now, is just ruin his day?
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Okay, so I think what we should do here is lie. We already took a save, so we can come back. I'm thinking maybe we can use saves a little bit more often. Lie.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you. A warning before you go any further.
Okay.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything
We've
in
heard
her
this
power
before.
to stop you. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Yeah, that's the Contrarian, yeah.
Let's keep an open mind.
He's being difficult for the sake of it. That's sort of his name. Okay, we have to proceed to the cabin. So lying doesn't work.
The cabin interior is wrong. A
Yeah.
confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
This is a lovely, cool way to represent what happened in the last chapter, where there were so many cabins, and now there's weird seams. Weird seams. Oh my god, look at the way it overlaps when you do this. That's so neat. Whoa, the gaps. This is maybe... I can't wait to see the stairs here.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths. Its material devoid of feature.
It is all the
Perched
wrong...
on that table is a pristine blade.
It looks like a child drew a table.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I just like watching things shift.
If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
I'll say it right now. If they give me the opportunity to throw a knife out a window, I'm fucking throwing it out a window.
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that, not when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world.
It's interesting hearing all of these things, sort of knowing a little bit more about the narrator and how we came to be in this position. But the thing is that I mostly still don't know a lot about, I don't have any like amazingly concrete details about that kind of stuff. So that's my job. I get the overall picture. But
And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her.
I get the overall picture, but I still lack specifics.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves?
Okay.
Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind.
Quickly.
Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird.
True.
What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Dang it. Okay, so it is take the blade or enter the basement. Didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
Ooh, we should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun? You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Oh.
There's definitely a mirror.
We know the drill.
There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
Let's approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
Reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
I still don't know if wiping the mirror has a purpose or not.
But it was there a second ago.
But I like doing it, just to hear the voices.
And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
We could have tested it. Narrator wants us to take the blade. I'm not interested in taking the blade. Because mostly my goal on this run, my goal, if I have one, is to like be as contrarian as possible. No basement? Or no?
The door to the basement creaks open,
Knife?
revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
Oh, wow.
Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down.
Basement has too many stairs.
The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
Like we took all the colors of paint that we had and mixed them together. It's just becoming a nauseating brown.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality.
I can't wait to hear the
drags
sound
up
design.
stairs.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear the sound design on her voice for this chapter.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
Yep.
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
We're certainly gonna die. That's the whole point.
We don't even have a weapon.
Yep.
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure.
What's that?
And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
It is kind of one of the most constant things in the game. Whatever I do, the narrator will have opinion about how to do it. And so in some ways, it's the easiest path to follow. Just do whatever the narrator doesn't want you to do. Okay, it does not give me the option to turn around. I might have picked it even if it did, even though the contrarian said you can't. Harsh stairs to the left. Let's take harsh left.
You step to the left. The path is cruel against your feet, the impact of each step sending pulsing vibrations up your legs until there's nothing left in them to feel. The air around you grows cold the further you progress. At first a barely noticeable drop, quickly evolving into a numbing cold. Your toes feel like blocks of ice, your breaths puff out in clouds of condensed vapor. You shudder against it as you continue down the stairway, losing yourself in the bone-deep chill.
That's pretty. Oh my god.
You
Stuff
slowly
is
lose sense of yourself the further you go.
flashing before my eyes. Wow.
Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether.
Look at the blade. The blade looks... Oh, it's so good. It's also sketched. So sketched. Like somebody had 2 minutes to draw this picture.
Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
Oh, I really like this so far. This is really neat. A really neat experience. And also, obviously, this has stuff to say about the larger story of Slay the Princess. The only thing experienced are the endlessly repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you just going to stand there?
Yo, this is amazing. I love this chapter. Are you going to stand there?
What the hell was that? What happened to us?
We're untethered from time and space. We feel the repeated tug and push and pull of the same emotions over and over again. Do we betray the narrator? Do we blindly devote ourselves to what the narrator wants? Do we fight? Do we love? Do we blank? Do we blank?
I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here.
The music here is cool too. I hear drums. At least part of the time. I swear there were drums. I think they stopped.
And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down.
We're here to slay the princess.
You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was here. Getting down here was weird. Like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me?
What, like you need me to hold your hand and tell you everything's okay? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
Okay, the lights went on.
We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
Realities are colliding. I think these are different princesses, if I had to guess. Are their eyes any different? I think their hands are slightly different.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter?
Technically, I've not been here before.
Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. It's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now.
So here's what I'm currently sort of imagining this chapter and this arc to be about. I think what's sort of going on here is us, the player, whatever, the you, has sort of seen an undeniable rule, or has like seen behind the curtain and seen the Wizard of Oz. And because of that knowledge sort of can't be taken back away from me. So my ability to continue towards the cabin, to slay the princess, to act as if there's only one princess, to understand that's all been broken, fractured, if you will, by me seeing the walls, seeing kind of the like illusion of, that choice is an illusion. I don't know. That's where my brain is going right now. I think it's possible that what the story this arc is trying to tell is sort of like the minute you see behind the curtain, the whole thing crumbles. Because the thing itself, the story of you going to slay the princess, sort of relied on you believing the lie, which is that there was more of a choice than there actually is, That's my thought currently. It also could just be a weird time and space dimension thing that's happening, but...
Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
There's more of you now.
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin? I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger.
Yeah, they both spoke. So did they hear each other is the next question? They spoke in turn.
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
Why is your voice so flat? Why is it so lacking in tone?
She fractures again.
Yeah. This is like the narrator fracturing of the mirror that we did not so long ago.
I don't know where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start?
I don't even have a blade.
Could always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs.
Yeah.
Well, that's where the blade is.
Oh, sorry. If you want it, you'll have to go and get it.
I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
I am, but I'm kind of enjoying that. I'm kind of enjoying seeing what that means. This is why I'm a little bit lost on how we're going to continue playing this game. I'm going to, but I'm a little lost on how to do it. And here's why. It always starts so simple. Do you take the blade? Do you not take the blade? Do you go to the cabin? Do you not go to the cabin? By the time you get here, I'm left with the amount of forks that have forked are large. I could go back and I could replay this when I take the blade. I could also just go back, take the right stairs, go back, take the center stairs, go back, don't ask questions and just try something, Don't speak. It's like I don't know if it's quite exponential, the amount of choices that I get throughout the amount of forks that you get throughout an arc, but it's growing quickly. What's your name? I'd love to ask 4 different people that question.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Okay. That's sort of that's one tone of voice.
Princess. It doesn't matter. I've been down here for so long. What's the point of a name if there's no one around to use it?
It's like the princess is doing what we've done. it's like the princess's version of whatever that one is, that arms race, where I fracture into way too many voices.
None of them have names. How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
We didn't get a new fracture. That's weird. Didn't get a new fracture. You know why you're down here?
Maybe it's because I'm dangerous. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it.
If I had to name them, I don't know what I would name these two, but I would name the top one the voice of the broken. Oh!
Boy, we both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
Okay.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers?
I mean, the point is to fracture her. The point is to see what that does. I'm not saying that's a good choice. I'm just sort of saying the point is that's what we're exploring.
Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
One more question? I'll let you out of here. What are you going to do?
I don't think what I'd do really matters, does it? I just want to live my life.
Okay.
I'm a prisoner here, and whether or not you shoved me down here, you're practically my captor at this point. Anything I'd say is tainted by that.
This one's almost like the cold. Broken cold, maybe? I don't know.
Besides, you already know what I'm going to do. If you want to put an end to me, then put an end to me.
Not a single real answer. At least aside from Miss Blood and Destruction. It's infuriating, isn't it?
This might be the voice of the, I don't know that it's like a one-to-one connection. I don't know.
Whose buttons are there for us to press? Whose skin is there for us to get under? Not exactly how I'd put it, but I don't disagree. There must be something we can do. Asking questions just seems to make things worse. This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this.
Take a deep breath and focus up.
But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her.
Which means if I'm playing Contrarian, which I don't have to, but that's just kind of what I'm having fun doing right now.
Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
Do something, do anything, do all of it. I think I'm going to try and free her. I'm getting you out of here. Genius. There is no choice. There is no choice. This is kind of, I think, on at least a structural level. That's what this chapter is sort of, this arc is sort of doing. It's the illusion of choice. And it's sort of breaking down. The railroading, it's partially because the railroads have been... Railroading, for those of you who are not familiar, is a term that I've heard a lot in D&D conversations, Dungeons and Dragons conversations, where it's like, rather than there being an open world where you can go wherever you and the dungeon master, you as the player and the dungeon master as the person running the game, wherever you two agree to go, the story can go there. Railroading is like, keep pointing you towards the cabin. There's a cabin. There's a princess in the cabin. Oh, remember the plot? You're supposed to kill the so it's this sort of like sticking you on railroads. There are no turns, even though the path may wind, but that's because the rails are winding. I think the narrator having to reveal the walls, all paths lead to the cabin, lead to the princess. Unfortunately, that sort of breaks the world, and now it leads to all princesses, and et cetera, et cetera. I think it's saying something about the illusion of choice, I think.
Wait, that's not right.
We'll click. We'll do all of them at once.
Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride.
Okay.
You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope.
We split ourselves.
As your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
We split ourselves.
You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone.
Oh, what a beautiful sentence. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. This makes me think of something, but I'm gonna wait and see if it becomes relevant before I say it.
Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't...
I think we're actually hearing music that is doing a couple different things at once as well, to sort of back up the idea of sort of bringing these different realities crashing together.
Do you not have anything witty
Oh
to
my
say?
god. Terrifying.
I could use a good bit of wit right now.
Terrifying image.
No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all
The narrator fades out.
falls apart. I think he's gone.
Okay.
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
Narrator is gone.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
Sorry if you heard my dog barking. I think my wife just got home, so they're losing their minds, barking downstairs. This is a disgusting and beautiful image. I love it.
Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this.
Yeah, I think we did. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go close my door so that hopefully the dogs aren't barking. Okay. We should help her. This like blob, this amorphous blob. The veins, it's all weird. Stabbed, not stabbed. Ugh.
How surprisingly sincere.
Look at the hand. Too many fingers. Some of them are glued together, sewed together.
I didn't actually think our actions had consequences.
This is, by the way, utterly damning. What's happening right now? Damning of me. Damning of. I was saying that I was just sort of playing around, and I was sort of. The point was to sort of break the thing. But it is damning to remember to think that what happens is a princess is formed from all of these princesses.
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
But listen, if you think about it, if you zoom out enough, I'm interested in seeing what happens when you do those things. Me personally, me, Ryan. So of course, you zoom out enough. The character in the game, the person playing, the you, they made a mistake. Did I make a mistake? No, I'm very happy to have seen this. Even if it does get sad, it'll be a chance to see the storytelling of this game.
Please.
Oh. It's going to be okay, or I'll do my best, or I don't think you're supposed to be fixed, or no, or you just destroyed everything, I'm not going to fix you, or say nothing. I think in this situation, we could try fixing, or I'll do my best. We'll see what happens there. It's too late. But you don't know if she ever had the chance to hear your reply. She's gone, replaced with something else. I am going to write down that I picked. I'll do my best just to see if that matters.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
I think she's gone.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Well, I don't know where she went. I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her.
You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. Then what the hell are we supposed to do?
The narrator's gone too.
He is. Does that mean the world ended? Again, what the hell are we supposed to do?
Here's what's interesting that I'm only now piecing together. Not piecing together. That I'm noticing for sure right now. The contrarian's final worry is, what the hell are we supposed to do? Why? Because what the contrarian most wants is, do what you are not supposed to do. So, of course, the contrarian's greatest fear means to not have something that they are supposed to do, and therefore that they can then disobey. It's interesting. It's like... It's lovely. I think we all have a little bit of a contrarian in us. I have a very healthy contrarian inside of me. Yeah, I see a lot of myself in a contrarian point of view. I don't always in a lot of the other voices that we've seen. But I have an active and sometimes verbal contrarian voice. And it's really interesting to see. It's well designed that the contrarian's potential last words are going to be, what the hell are we supposed to do? Said in terror and fear. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
I don't have an option.
No. Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before? I'm going to pick it just for the chance to hear more dialogue.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
Yeah. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. This was one of the more interesting reappearances of the mirror. I think quite different than most of the other times the mirror has appeared. Okay. It's you. You're alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. We go to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me
Oh, boy.
in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
It's a hell of a vessel. We have some options. I don't know exactly what all I will ask here because I have asked some of them before. I don't know if they will be the same. But let's ask. let's ask, what are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city.
I think we've heard that before. What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
What do you mean by the gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own.
By the way, the thing that I thought I noticed last time when we were at the end of the game is true. The hands are always covering the eyes.
These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and walls. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold.
Yeah, I brought you I don't know if it's a terrible vessel, but it's not a vessel I was intending to bring you.
I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart.
I think this line, they'll make for a rich and vibrant heart, was the same as last time.
Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears.
I've heard that line before.
I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Now, I want the chance to ask, do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever.
We've heard that before.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Are you the princess?
She is part of.
Were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles.
Yeah, we've heard this before. Okay. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Yeah. We're alike in that way. What happens now? We've never picked these options. Attack the entity or destroy your body. I don't know that we want to, but maybe at the very end of the game we can try one of those to see what happens. The very end of like a future playthrough, we could pick those. I also have a feeling with this game that eventually, I am going to have to set it aside and be like, and do the lovely thing that happens with games like this, where you get to sort of stop being a player and start being a member of the community. You know, you get to eventually. I've got a lot to tread, a lot of paths to tread yet, a lot I really, really want to explore in this game still, a lot I want to try and figure out myself. I still count right now, even though I'm on my second playthrough, I count this as my first playthrough. Like, we're still learning. Everything's new. And I think the game is designed that way. But eventually, we're going to have to sort of set down this hat and take up another one and sort of be a member of the community to see what some of these things mean. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Okay. I think we've asked how many more pieces. I don't need to ask that one. How many more pieces? I have a guess. It's going to be... I think I know what that line will be. How much will I forget? I kind of know the answer to that already. But if I don't let you do this to me, I think she just says something like... Let's ask that one.
Then we will be here forever,
Yeah.
as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
This is one of my favorite characters in the game. This being that is sort of in formation. I feel like I know it pretty well. It speaks in poetry. I think I know mostly what it wants, what it can, and it's very this voice is very happy to tell you what it doesn't know as well, which I love. Because so much of this game is the narrator sort of pretending to know more than they do, or like demanding that they know more than they do. The voices in my head competing for attention. So many of the voices in this game are so quick to either say they know more or pretend they know more or want something from you. And this voice is so laid back and so casual. What if I don't? What if I just stay here forever? Then we'll be here forever. I love it. It's such a good tonal shift. How much will I forget? I think
Everything.
Cool. Are you scared? Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
That changes a little bit towards the end, I think. I think once you have a bunch of vessels, I think you sort of change on that way. If I help you, are you going to destroy the world?
You ask of things that cannot.
Okay, we've asked that one too. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
Okay.
You won't.
You won't. Everything goes dark and you die. That is lovely. Lovely, lovely. Chapter 1. We met the stranger.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, I'm going to take another save, probably? I don't know. Can I hit memories right here? This is what I wanted to look at. I guess I don't need to save if this is what I wanted to look at. So, the stranger, a peek behind the curtains. Ah, it's literally what I said. Likely far too soon. I literally said, a peek behind the curtains. You can see that the Wizard of Oz is just some dude. Oh my god. I love that. Okay, here's the next question. Find the stranger here. Cool, cool. So we are unlocking sort of things in beginning and ending and things in the hero and princess. Okay. So, next I need to think about how I continue. What a lovely arc that was. What a lovely arc that was. I think in the next... I think it's possible... in the next episode, I just go back and reload this save. I think it's also possible that I just continue and do a similar thing and see if I can, like, basically create my own save by doing the same actions but veering off in a different way. Because I don't want to reload the save and, like, lose the vessel that I brought. I don't know. I think we do at least... I think we do it the other way, where we recreate our path and see if we can do something different. Because hypothetically, I should have protection against doing the same thing. I don't know. I'm still figuring out how to play this game. This is one of the dangers, the pitfalls of a blind playthrough, is it's so possible to play inefficiently. It's possible to play in ways that are not optimal. And if I gave a goddamn shit about playing in an optimal way, then I wouldn't do it. This is so much fun for me. I really hope it's been enjoyable for you. I'm playing in a sand pit, is how I think of it. Like, we're playing in this game is a sand pit. Some games are linear experiences. You're railroaded. You're sitting on a train watching a story flash by out the window. This game, no. There's play here. There is try this, try that. Make a pile of sand here. Destroy it with your hand. There's options. You could do so many different things. And that means I'm gonna waste some sand. I don't know. I'm gonna kick some sand out of the sand pit on accident. Whatever the metaphor. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to leave a like on the video. And also, you can say thank you to our most recent Patreon supporter. This episode goes out to you, Nisam. Nisam, thank you so much. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. For the support over on Patreon, above and beyond. Thank you. Thank you. I will see you guys in the next episode. We'll see what we get up to. Until then, bye-bye.